With temperatures dropping and no home to call her own, a Northeast Ohio mother is constantly finding herself making heart-wrenching decisions. Find warmth in a shelter and split herself from her 13-year-old son, or keep everybody together and sleep inside a car.
Who does that? I'm already on my lowest of low. I've never been this low before, and they're going to take my kids from me.
It's a decision homeless mothers across Northeast Ohio find themselves having to make far too often because the demand for a warm place to sleep is overwhelming.
Very tough decision. Many family-dedicated shelters have wait lists because of the dire need. In Akron, even trying to get into a family shelter can lead to families to split up if there's a male child over the age of 12. News 5's Amanda Van Allen has been digging into these policies for us, and both shelters there had some information for you today.
Well, yeah. I actually learned that both shelters have had these policies in place for a while, but when I talked to them over the phone today, they couldn't give me a good explanation as to why these rules have been in place for so long. Now, I spoke with a woman today who tells me she has been living in her car with her family of 4 and in motels for about a month. As the temperature continues to fall, Christen Klocko wonders how long her and her 3 boys can live out of her car.
So it's freezing. Like, we froze. I had to turn the car on over and over to keep it warm in there.
For the next 2 days, her family is staying at this Super 8 in Medina instead of being crammed in her PT Cruiser. But when her time is up here, so are her options.
That's on my mind 24/7. Constantly thinking what we're going to do next.
Not only are the shelters in Akron overcrowded with a waiting list, if Klocko gets a spot, it would only be for her and her 2 youngest boys. Her oldest son is 13, and according to at least 2 shelters in Akron, he's too old to stay.
He's going to be by my side the whole time. I wouldn't let him do anything, and just that's their policy. So
at Access Inc., a family shelter in Akron, 2 rooms are designated for families with boys over the age of 12. Once those 2 rooms are filled, any other male children 13 or over must go to a youth shelter alone. When I asked why this is a policy, I was told some women might not be fully clothed or dressed appropriately all the time, so they don't want teenage boys in the same area. Another Akron shelter, Harvest Home, doesn't allow boys over 12 at all because they say there's just not enough room.
Cohesiveness in the family should be a top priority for shelters and agencies that are working with homeless families.
Chris Nestrick, director of the Northeast Ohio Coalition for the Homeless, says this policy likely pushes people like Klocko to shy away from shelters.
They wouldn't want to go to a shelter because they recognize that their kids would be taken from them and placed somewhere different.
Nestrick says he will be looking into these policies. In the meantime, Klocko's time at the hotel ticks down.
Overwhelmed, but I have to keep pushing. Have to do something. Can't give up.
Now, News 5 has also learned that in Cleveland, none of the shelters split up families. And Klocko has also told me that she only has about 2 days left in this hotel, and then she will be back on the street. She also says that social services is going after her children now because she does not have a stable place to live. We are live tonight in Cleveland. Amanda Van Allen, News 5.